your number one place for being on time. I'm DKP.
I'm Mage Tom.
And of course, we're coming at you live here from twitch.tv/chainslive every single Thursday at 8:11 p.m. Central Standard Time. How you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Present. What do we got on the rest of the Mage T?
Assassin's Creed is getting some spoopy mummy DLC. By the way, this is continuing our 31 Days of Spook.
Yeah.
We will continue to talk about scary things.
I wish we could just do this all year.
I mean, we can.
Wow.
John Carpenter is playing, because there's not a Y there. What? He's playing something. Friday the 13th news and other stuff. I feel like Alex Trebek, where he's like reading the categories. Potent Potables. The biggest horror in games currently. Which, by the way, is a guise to talk about something that's not horror related. We're just going to call
I saw what that was, and I was like, he wouldn't dare.
What?
But I'm up for the challenge.
Right. And then I got another fun game for you. Like,
yeah?
That should be a good time. And then we're going to rank the Resident Evil games. Now
it's gonna be hard.
We'll get into the finer details of.
Well, I think
but there are some things that we need to determine.
Like top 3 spots will be very easy, but then when we, well, we'll see how it goes.
I think 1 will be easy. I think what's after 1 is going to be interesting.
Okay, all right.
And then yeah, that'll be it. So, you've been playing any video games then?
Only 1. Well, that's not.
WoW?
No.
Still on the WoW train?
I've been like logging in to run the auction house, put
Okay.
up auctions and stuff just to make money, but then
To annoy that one dude?
yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, yeah, I fucked up by watching that No Clip series. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, if anyone has not seen No Clip, which is from Danny O'Dwyer, who used to work at GameSpot, is that right?
Yeah.
He recently came out with a documentary series on The Witcher, which got me into playing The Witcher 3 again. Which,
Okay.
god damn it.
God damn it.
I started out like on my Steam / played whatever.
Yeah.
Was at 197 hours for my just the one playthrough I did before.
Yeah. Are you starting fresh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, well, I'm in for it now. But it's just too good. It's the most comfy game I've ever played. Like, I wish I could live.
It's like
there.
some warm sheets.
It's got the best weather effects. Like,
It's like you know when it's cold outside and it's bedtime and you climb into your sheets and they just feel cold to the touch and you just want to
I sleep on a couch. So, I mean, if we're talking about this nice green sheet we got here, yeah. What's up, Messiah?
What about if I?
But yeah, I've been playing that, and that's about it. You?
I beat Evil Within today. The original Evil Within. It's really good.
Yeah.
Like better than people say. I have a couple of issues with it overall, but like, it's really good. The economy's really good. I love the way the enemies are designed. I like the way all the guns feel. Yeah. Now, we've talked about this before. Whenever I started playing it, you were like, play it on easy.
Yep.
Because it's... I don't know. You explain to me why it's better to play it on easy.
Oh, you want me to explain right
to
now?
us, I guess. Yeah.
Well, first off, at least on the console versions, which is what I played it on when I first played. Part of my issue was during combat, frame rate would drop really bad, and that would make it really hard to aim, right? Because when you push over, it like would shoot over too much. Like, it seemed choppier, so it was harder to aim. So I was wasting ammo, which in that game, like, you get very limited ammo, and pretty much every bullet needs to count.
Yeah.
So when you're wasting it, like, you just kind of fuck yourself. So that led to me having to play certain sections over and over and over again, to where like any tension that could have been there, had like I just passed through as intended, was gone. It was just replaced with frustration.
Well, it was a really good recommendation because I didn't feel like it was easy.
Yeah,
it was.
It's not
level
necessarily
of
an easy game. Period. Like on normal, it's pretty fucking difficult.
Like you had to get good at headshots. Still, you had to still be pretty decent at survival horror type games. If I says, "What the fuck? You're playing Witcher 3 again and not Persona?"
Well, I didn't have to pay for Witcher 3. I already owned it. So there you go.
That's a pretty good reason.
Plus, I'm not a weeb. You know
And plus, I'm of the mantra: play whatever the fuck you want to play.
Well, I mean, are you though? 'Cause you're doing the 52-week challenge.
Yeah. And the 52-week challenge is me playing games that I want to play. Evil Within is a game that I wanted to finish before the end of this year.
But you are putting limitations on yourself to what you can. Because it's like...
No, I'm not.
Well, no, you've said before, like, I really want to play this, but I don't have, like... Because I know this would be a game that I would spend, like, 100 hours in, and I don't want to do that because I got to get these other ones.
I spent 100 hours in Final Fantasy 15. I spent 100-plus hours in Zelda. Like, I don't mind putting... I put 60 hours in Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't mind putting...
There have been instances where you've said, like, I would play this, but I'm going to have to wait till I'm done with my 52, and then I can just really immerse myself in it and do whatever. But
if you can... I don't think I've ever said that. I think...
You have.
That I wouldn't have 100%ed something.
Ah. Well, which is like, when you said, like, when I play this sort of game, I want 100% it.
A great example.
All right.
Well, like, a great example is like, I finished Evil Within, and I really wanted to get all the things. But I'm not going to go back and get it. And I'm at, like, 57 games beaten this year. Like, I'm not in the middle of the challenge.
Oh, yeah,
but I'm not going to
play
it again. I'm not going to go back in 100%. But I want to. But that's because I want to finish Cuphead. A vagabond, I say. Messiah Holic says, so I'm new to the stream. I used to work with the fella in the red glasses. By the way. I don't want to call him by his name. So, which is Major Tom and which is DKP? Major Tom's the one with the glasses. Yeah.
The vagabond is DK. Yep, so should we move on?
And you can call me
we might have
Major
a
Tom,
packed evening.
Tom Rogers.
Who knows?
Thomas Rogers. Thomas Arthur Rogers.
Want to give your social out too?
Starts with a 4.
Woohoo!
You got it. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in.
All right. So we got Assassin's Creed Undead Mummy DLC.
Now this whole idea, again, this is a horror themed episode. And the whole idea of this is just a ruse for us to be able to talk about Assassin's Creed. So here's the news on it. They announced a season pass, and the season pass will include 2 different DLCs. The first one is called The Hidden Ones. This story-driven expansion builds upon the growth of the Brotherhood, taking players years after the events of Origins as they clash with an occupying Rome force in a new region. This expansion will extend the level cap, allowing players to keep on making their character progress. Comes out in January. And then the second one's called The Curse of the Pharaohs. In this story-driven expansion focusing on Egyptian mythology. Hi, Canada. Focusing on Egyptian mythology. Players will fight against undead pharaohs and explore a new mystical realm. During the journey, players will encounter famed Egyptian beasts such as Anubis warriors, Scorpios, and more. As they investigate the cause of the curse that has brought the dead pharaohs back to life. The Curse of the Pharaohs will increase the level cap further and introduce brand new abilities in March.
All right.
You're also going to get the Roman Centurion and Horus packs, which are add-on packs to give you new outfits, weapons, shields, armor. A pack of 500 Helix credits.
Oh boy! What are Helix credits?
That's kind of.
Don't fuck it. It can't be.
No, it is. So it is a. Now, I'll get into it, and don't fret too much because it's not as bad.
I don't care. I'm not playing this game.
It's not as bad as you think.
It's just the principle.
So you get Helix credits, and then you can buy loot chests.
No fucking way.
And these loot chests give you a random, like, different gear.
Random, really?
Yeah. However, you cannot buy them as microtransactions.
Oh.
You can only earn the currency. These Helix credits you can only earn.
Then fucking. I kind of don't see the point, but. Go for it.
It's the same sort of thing, and we'll be talking about this in further detail down the road here. But to me, it's the same sort of thing. Like, the reason that they're doing it's 2 different things. Number one,
it's like drinking O'Doul's beers. Like, I don't understand. Like,
so people, they're jumping in on that loot crate ban, even if it's only using in-game currency. They're jumping. And the second thing is, all these
I think it's commendable that it's not microtransaction based. That you're not.
And they've said that it will not be.
That makes it completely okay.
They will not have microtransactions.
Yet it makes it just an odd decision.
Well, I don't think it's odd for 2 reasons. Like I said, they've recently discovered that people love the idea of opening loot boxes and loot chests, and getting RNG'd all over the place because people are crazy.
Well, I mean, we worked at Electronic Arts and we supported Pogo, remember that? Yeah. Which was basically like a game for fucking old people. Well, it was a bunch of games for old people.
Yeah, it's like 1,000.
Like, they would go online and they would have like beef with each other and like cyber sex, and then like most people would play, and then complain. But like a lot of that was spending tokens, which was just like digital fake currency that like you didn't pay for, you just got them. In gambling, so people do just like to gamble, even if you're not getting real money back. People like to do that shit.
But yeah, it kind of leads to the second thing that I was talking about with loot crates in general. I
know what you're gonna bring up, and I'm prepared. But go on.
No.
And I saw what you Googled, but yeah.
Yeah, but
for when we get there later. Yeah.
But it ties to the piece that why I kind of don't like the idea of this is that they are feeding on the psychology of people that want to open things and get random things and then open more things and get random things. They're feeding on this like addictive nature that human beings have. It's this idea that Assassin's Creed even figured out that we can put this in an action adventure game, which is kind of similar to Mordor, but Mordor you actually can pay real money. And some would even say you have to pay real money to be able to.
Yeah, did you hear that basically the true ending in that game is gated?
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't think it's 100% gated. They just said that it.
Well, it's not 100%,
but they said that it would require like
it's like unrealistic
hours of grinding to be able to get there. I heard about that. Loot crates, in-game currency that can be purchased with actual money, are the cancer cells that will kill AAA games. I don't want to talk too much about this because
we'll talk about it some other time. Wink, wink. Soon, wink.
Oh wait, you can't see I'm wearing shades, but I'm winking like a motherfucker right now. So
I'm winking with all three eyes, baby.
The reason I wanted to talk about Assassin's Creed is they've made a whole bunch of changes to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. I'm saying like I know.
The two things that come to mind. Well, it's three things. Probably. Number one, their difficulty options. It's like easy, medium, hard. That's never been in Assassin's Creed before.
Okay.
Number two, your characters level up. There's a progression system to your characters. Never been in Assassin's Creed. And enemies will have different levels as well. So you can face off against the hippo that's like a level 15 hippo.
Man, not that hippo.
That 15 hippo.
He's going to take all your
15.
marbles.
He might. And then you may be like a level 6.
Okay.
So that's like a newer system added to Assassin's Creed. And then the third thing is that they've altered the combat. The Assassin's Creed games, the combat has historically...
It was like Arkham Asylum,
yeah, it's been like the Arkham games.
Like, you can just mash one button.
You just wait.
When you need
one person
to dodge, you just go... Boop.
Yeah, and then when another person comes in, you just press like one button and it parries him and it attacks him and everybody's
sure.
And it's like a beautiful dance in front of you. But it doesn't really require a lot of skill other than the appropriate button press at the time.
Yeah.
The new one like changes that. It doesn't. It's built on a completely more complicated system, which you can find videos and stuff of the combat online.
Sure.
But they changed it quite a bit. Multiple enemies can attack you at once. It's got like a Z targeting thing, similar to something like Zelda. So you have to like select which enemy you want to target. So yeah. Oh, I heard the opposite.
What about context, my friend? Well, you can thank The Witcher for that. For most of these changes, they weren't the first game to do it, but like,
I would definitely agree.
Yeah,
I think Witcher had a lot to do with the direction that this is.
I mean, shit, and Zelda to some degree. Like,
see,
when they say they take Western RPG inspiration, it would have been late. It would have been
Zelda
late
had Witcher to think, not Assassin's Creed has Zelda.
Yeah,
okay.
I would say both can basically like think like that is. With the success of that, and like the sales and all the rewards, and like people pointing to that as like the pinnacle of like that sort of game being done thus far.
Yeah,
I would definitely say like a lot of credit goes to it
for sure.
And now that I'm replaying it again, I don't know if that game will ever be topped. Playing through it a second time, like taking my time with it, it might be my favorite game of all time.
I'll say this: a few minutes ago, you spoiled the whole game.
Oh yeah,
I got to see that guy get killed, and I was just like, "Fuck."
That no-named.
That just completely ruined the game. I'll never play it now. I know everything that's going to happen.
But all right, well,
I'm totally joking.
I might actually play this Assassin's Creed.
The opposite of Shadow or the ending part, that the loot crates are hardly needed. They are hardly needed in terms of playing the game. But there are specific. Okay, so I may be off on a little bit of this, but if you guys have any. What up, Batman? Damn, it's Batman.
What up, baby?
But there may be specific. There may be some points that I get incorrect here. So if you have like factual information that you can provide based on something, let me know. But basically, there are different levels of orcs that you can get in these loot crates or loot chests. But there's one specific type of orc. think it's called the Epic Orc, that you can only get through microtransactions. You can only get one of these orcs through these, and you're going to need these orcs to be able to like grind to this particular point to where you can defeat something that allows you to be able to get the best.
It's kind of like what is it in Mass Effect 3, the like war faction or whatever, like whatever your status was with like here are your what was it called in that one, where like the whole game you would get like war reinforcements and you'd have a certain level that you're at, and like you know if your level was really shitty when you went into the final mission, like you would get the shit in.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but like that didn't work on like loot crate system of like getting stuff. But yeah, this one seems to. Or the gist of it is like it's possible to do it without, but it's in like we said earlier, an unrealistic amount of time that you would spend doing repetitive in-game tasks.
They said that it would take like a very, very large amount of grinding to be able to do that. To be fair, now I haven't even played Shadow of Mordor, and I'm gonna play that before I play this. So I'm not like one way or another on it, but I don't have some huge desire to see this best ending. The only way that I would have a desire to do that, yeah, but
maybe when you're playing the game, like maybe you get really invested into it, and at that point, it is kind of shitty. Like,
based on what I've played, I cannot imagine. Well, even like what I was saying, like I loved Evil Within to the point to where I want to go back. Got the rocket launcher and the machine gun now. Want to go back, get all the collectibles, get all the little map pieces, max out my character, do all that stuff. I want to do all, but not enough to do it.
All right,
and that even Zelda, which I think is Breath of the Wild, is like one of the best games I've played in the last 3 or 4 years. I'm not like itching to get all those Korok seeds. One day I will. I've 100%ed.
Can't wait to get that piece of shit.
A large amount. But it's
the literal hunk of shit that they give you for doing it.
It's about the journey, not the destination.
Is it? I mean, I understand that, but like when the journey sucks, when it's like, can't wait to micromanage the shit out of like, which one am I missing, and scrutinizing the map for days, getting these little Korok seeds.
I saw
I'm not sure that that's worth it.
I saw a conversation between a couple of guys who said he had to buy every single strategy guide, and he was using the IGN and the Zelda Dungeon Guide maps that they had, and he was still like missing 10. And he was just like combing through all these different guides and like using everything.
Yeah, I've done that shit, like on different games, but like...
He ended up finding it. Right, it takes about 45 hours to get the truth. That's not bad.
Well,
now, the question is, 45 hours from the time that you finish the game? Yeah, like how much of that 45 hours is grinding is the question.
But all right.
If it's 20 hours, then you're done with the game. 25.
We are slightly jumping ahead to topic number 4, though.
Yeah, we are. So let's move forward.
All right. But I was going to say, this might be like the first Assassin's Creed I played since the first one. They've changed it up enough, right, to where it's no longer like cookie cutter kind of bullshit like it's been.
Yeah.
And just goodwill for them not putting microtransactions.
I'll buy your game. You're not putting microtransactions in. I'll buy it. Like you got the standard DLC season.
Right, but like I'm talking.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking the loot.
We live in a sad world where we're begging for season.
That's what I was saying the other day. Like, remember the days when we bitch about day one DLC? Whew. Those days are behind us now. But you know, just having it changed, I don't think they would have got me. But the good boy points there with not having paid loot boxes.
They're definitely getting their tendies.
I think I might play this one. All right.
John Carpenter likes the games. So this is from an interview he did. It's going to be really short. He did this interview with The Guardian. The interview starts like this. It says, "Hi, John. What have you been up to?" He says, "I've been playing the video game Destiny 2. It's a sci-fi game. It's fun."
Glad that he likes games, but like, why that one? Oh, come on.
Dude, it's really good.
I know,
it's
but like,
incredible.
if you get like an old person to play one game, are you going to be thrilled that they're playing Destiny 2?
No. Especially John Carpenter.
I know!
The interviewer says, "I've heard of that. Isn't it really hard and involves shooting aliens?" He says, "Oh, it is hard. That's why I've dedicated my life to learning how to play it. At my age, why not? It keeps me out of trouble."
Dedicated his life.
He's dedicating his life to get good at Destiny 2. So, I love that. I love the idea of this brilliant musician or composer / filmmaker.
Because
to me,
do you know
music,
John Carpenter?
His music is better than his films. Yeah.
Haven't you seen The Thing?
I know. It's controversial.
That might be the best horror movie of all
over
time.
The place. I'm hot taking on everybody's face I can see.
Sure, but the Thing might be the greatest horror movie ever.
Okay.
Will you say that? It might.
It's all right.
Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, okay. But sure, his music is wonderful.
Yeah.
But you were saying.
But yeah, there's no real story to this here. The whole idea is this John Carpenter, like, well-famed horror director / musician, is dedicated his life. I like that phrase. Dedicated my life.
I know.
To getting good at Destiny 2.
Like, God, I feel like I'm sucking too much of this game's dick. I was playing The Witcher yesterday. Right?
You totally are. You're not bringing up The Witcher in the pre-topic, first topic.
And I was thinking like there was a certain part where I was like, this game is so incredibly like fucking immersive. Like this world or whatever that
is that what you wish John Carpenter would play?
Well, I thought about it and I was like, I wonder like this is like a thing where it's like people that don't play games, and I thought like, all right, what about like A. Kennedy, like my mother, right? Like,
would she enjoy that?
I wonder if she dedicated her life, like if they would get the same sort of atmospheric, great experience that I would get.
Yeah.
You know, even albeit that it's a video game, right? That's not something that they're used to doing or receiving that sort of like story from, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny, like this is an instance where that's happening, but it's Destiny 2 of all things.
Destiny 2 is really good.
No, I don't doubt that it's fun.
But yes, no, I understand what you're saying. If there's something that John Carpenter is going to dedicate his life to, Destiny 2.
Well,
I can at least see like Dead Space, but Destiny 2.
I wouldn't even have to say it's like horror, but like something with a little bit more substance. Like because like Destiny 2 has like good gameplay, but outside of that, like I haven't heard like a lot of people talk about like the story.
The story is not that great.
Yeah, there's a game that there are games that mesh all of that at once.
I put 60 hours into it, and that's fucking
sure.
Nuts. That's nuts for a game that like the first one I put like 15.
Well, at least he's not like mispronouncing it, being like, well, I played Mario Brothers.
The Mario twins. iPod says, LOL, what? 2 more years? What was that in reference to?
I don't fucking
Kurtzen said, oh shit, it's Prep 8. The thing
what
is
up,
awesome.
Baby?
I'll be right back, but I'm listening.
All right. Who made
Kurtzen, you're missing out on this very cool picture.
Clive Barker did Jericho.
Yeah. Which, that game wasn't that great. Went through it, though.
Dude, this is kind of relevant, because we're talking horror stuff, right? Clive Barker his name is very, like, holds a lot of weight. Like, Clive Barker's this, right?
Yeah.
Most of his shit sucks, though.
Whoa.
I've started reading, I've read his books, and outside of, like, he has these anthology books called, like, the Books of Blood, like, and there's 6 of them, and they're pretty fucking long. Like, there's probably a combined, like, 20% that are worth a fuck, and the rest of them are garbage. It's very weird that he's so renowned that his name is like one of those ones you put on the box, right? Like Clive Barker's Jericho.
Yeah.
But outside of like Hellraiser and like that's kind of almost it as far as like his like big fame.
No, I think that's fair.
It's a shame how much he sucks.
If I says John Carpenter was dedicating his life to finishing Destiny, I said what? 2 more years?
Oh,
I get it now because he's gonna die because he's old.
Ah, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Like, for example, real quick,
our comments not showing up on screen.
They are. It's just when you just put 2 years, doesn't give us a lot to go on all the time.
And we're in the middle of talking. We're not going to stop to read your fucking comment on it.
Go 2 years. Tommy's like, what I'm thinking about, John. Go 2 years.
Oh, I don't see any of our comments on their screen.
Oh, wait, what the fuck?
Their screen.
Well, let me go ahead and fix that.
Yeah, fix it.
Oh, nope, that's the Too Radical song. Okay, now it should show up.
So yeah, I found that pretty interesting.
You know that movie Midnight Meat Train? When you see Vinnie Jones on, where it's just like, who the fuck wrote a movie called Midnight Meat Train? Well, that was John Carpenter. Believe it or not, it's an adaptation.
What up, barbecue?
But anyway,
what Tortilla said.
Not John Carpenter.
No, that was
Clive
all
Barker. But yeah, man, great. That's
cool.
Pretty good. On a side note, which is kind of funny, Jamie Lee Curtis also was a huge fan of Street Fighter. Like, no shit. Like,
oh yeah, she went to Evo and shit, right?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. And she went to BlizzCon because her son's a big WoW player.
Mm.
She like cosplayed.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is fucking awesome.
That's rad.
When she's not selling yogurt and shit, to keep regular.
What kind of yogurt does she sell?
Activia, I think.
What?
I think it's Activia.
Activia. That sounds right. It's some sort of like...
It's the yogurt that's like, I had trouble shitting until I ate this yogurt. Now I'm regular.
It's the Ovaltine of yogurt, basically.
Sure.
Yeah, her favorite's Cammy. How unprofessional, says Tortilla Boy.
All right, you gonna move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
All right, Friday the 13th. Dude,
news.
Even in my head, I read it. Friday the 13th, news and stuff.
News.
Anyways, yes. Is this about, like, the game Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
All right.
Basically, on October...
The real one's coming up.
Today, a patch came out. The patch added a bunch of stuff.
It's going to take just a minute for it to scroll down.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oreos help me poop, says Tortilla.
Oh, wait, hold on. Motherfuck. Just continue. I'll fix this.
So... Let me scroll up real quick because I missed part of it.
Appreciate
They're rolling
you
out
guys
a new
calling
update.
it out, by the way. So just letting it happen.
Yep. Today's patch adds some new content in form of an additional map, a new counselor, and a new Jason, along with a usual assortment of bug fixes and gameplay adjustments. Apologies, I need to get a little popped. Need to wet my noodle. Both the new map and Jason are taken from the series' fourth installment, the final chapter. The map is based on the Jarvis house and its surrounding premises. Meanwhile, Jason comes outfitted with a pig splitter as his weapon and can run.
It's a pig splitter. That's just a fancy way to say another machete.
Sure. Maybe it's one of those hooks.
Ah, that'd be cool.
You like come from? Chat's on screen now. Yay! This update also adds Mitch Floyd as a new playable counselor.
Oh boy!
You'll need to be at
Not
least
that
level
Mitch
24
Floyd.
to unlock Mitch, while Jason 4 unlocks at level 44.
Ah.
In addition to the new characters and maps, there are some notable adjustments to the gameplay. The developer has added rain as a weather effect. The thick-skinned perk has been adjusted to reduce all forms of damages, and counselors can now push each other to prevent players from purposely blocking the way.
Ah, that's good.
We posted a selection of the patch notes below. Rain, counselors pushing, the thick-skinned perk changes.
Yep.
Stun duration adjusted. Grease monkey perk rebalanced. Trap damage adjusted. And then a bunch of stuff to perks, counselors, Jason, just a bunch of small changes. Reason I want to bring this up is
I was going to say, let's get to that. It's going over to the granular patch notes. I don't think is your style. I don't think it's either one of ours.
I mean, we're not going on a granular level. Number one, it's cool that they're continuing to support this game.
They fucking
to go from Kickstarter to like big success. Tomorrow, I would say, is their second launch, their second coming out party, because it's coming out physically tomorrow.
Sure.
At retailers.
Oh,
it's
really?
October, Friday the 13th tomorrow. Yeah, you can go buy the physical copy. I mean, you did the big bundle, right?
I should have like one signed by like Kane Hodder coming.
Yeah, so your
At some
physical
point.
copy should be coming soon. Wait, did you do a console physical copy?
I think I got it from Steam, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's coming out of the box, signed, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. So, yeah, that should be on its way to anybody who backed it at the $60 level or higher.
All right.
But, yeah, you can buy the game physically with all the updates and new tweaks. I will be playing this game for the very first time.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice.
Yeah, never
What are you planning on?
PS4.
That mean that I play on PC, so it doesn't matter. But I was going to say, Idify, he would love to play with you. But he's got it on that sex box. He's an idiot. What an idiot.
At least you got Lucky's Tale coming out next month, right?
Yep.
Maybe you should get Dead by Daylight instead. If I didn't already have a
Dead by
copy
Daylight's
of Friday
garbage.
the 13th, and it wasn't Friday the 13th, the chances of me playing Dead by Daylight would be strong. The game already made its money. It's huge on PS4 and PC.
Huge.
Huge.
Yeah, no, like I said, games for I don't know. Problem I have with it, and it's not fault of the game, but it's like I don't think it's like one of those like it's not like Counter-Strike where people like, or League of Legends, or one of those where like people play it, or Overwatch, you know, pick whichever fucking one, and they play it for years, like consistently. That's their game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one of those. I think it's you play it and then you come back to it. Maybe like half a year later, you play some more. It's not a consistent. Like the gameplay itself doesn't vary enough for it to be like a everyday sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
But for what it is, like even if you only play it for a week, right? Like put it in a couple hours, like it's really great. And I'm sure it's only gotten better since I played since that was at release.
That's what's kind of exciting is like they're going to continue to tweak it. They're going to continue to add maps, things like that, new versions of Jason and skins, and I just appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
And a multiplayer game, and it's all free. They don't have loot boxes.
Not yet. Yep.
If
you want to see me and Tortilla Boy's record escape? Tortilla Boy's a love boat.
Is that the one on the boat? Yeah.
Yeah. It's clipped out.
Yeah,
you guys want to go see it?
I think I clipped. So yeah, that's exciting. If any of you guys play the game or are good at it tomorrow night, give me tips and stuff. Idify was telling me that the game has a learning curve, pretty steep.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably only going to be playing for a few hours.
If you watch a 10-minute video of like, hey, here are the basics, like here's kind of what to do, like that'll clue you in like fucking immediately.
Cool. No, I'll check that out.
Like there will be more intricacies that you're gonna fuck up on or whatever, but like
I just hope I don't start as Jason. Because being a counselor and dying by Jason, you're like, he's more powerful. But being Jason and not getting a single kill sounds terrible.
Well, the game has a lot of problems that's based around that too, because like what you'll see when you get Jason is a lot of people leave because they didn't get him, and as far as I know, there's no like penalty to that, right? So like people will literally just like join a game, and then if they're not Jason, they'll just leave, and they'll do that for hours, until like get it. And hopefully they fix the exploits.
Yeah,
but because there's nothing worse than like finally you get to play Jason.
Well, I know they changed it to where
sometimes it takes hours.
You can't hurt each other.
Friendly fire, yeah.
Like originally you could. Originally you were able to kill each other.
Yeah.
And like people would grief and shit like that. So they changed it to where you couldn't hurt each other anymore, and the community got pissed. And they're like, what about when I'm like getting blocked in or whatever? So that's why this patch came out. It's like you can push people.
I don't know if there's still exploits, by the way.
Tortilla says the black dude's the fastest, but we all know the stigma for him and Horn. He's got the biggest peen. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. Remember back in the 80s? There were like very few tits in horror movies, but they hung so much dong. It was like, Jesus Christ.
They hung so much dong. I like that.
Yeah. That was happening in the 80s.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to move on?
They were dong hanging all over the place. Yeah, let's move on.
Oof.
All right, we got that. Again, this is under the guise of horror. It's only a horror because it's horrifying to see it happen. It doesn't necessarily fit with our 31 Days of Spook.
It does for me.
So, biggest horror in games. Do you know what that picture is right there, DKP?
I do. Why, that's a loot box.
That's a loot box.
Or as some people call them, loot crates.
So, it's only gotten worse, but I specifically want to call...
Of course it has.
I'll call one game. We can kind of start our conversation.
And you can do this now, too.
Yeah, I can do it freely and have a good old time.
All right.
This is from Forbes. Star Wars Battlefront 2 feels like pay to win, but there's a big reason I don't really care. Which I don't know if we're going to get.
Is the guy going to be like, because I don't like the game, period, and I'm not going to play it? Is that his I don't really care reason?
I don't know. I didn't get that far into it. Battlefront 2 has its first controversy, and it's not even out yet. The beta recently debuted a new progression system alongside the beta, and it revolves around entirely around unlockable bonuses called star cards. Some of these star cards...
I'm just getting sick of like the goofy ass names that they come up at this point. You know what I mean? But go on.
The nomenclature matters, son. Some of these star cards are small, and others give massive health or damage increases that could dramatically change the way the game plays. And wouldn't you know it, these cards are awarded in loot boxes that you can either grind up for or buy with real currency, with dollars, with the skrill, with the bones, with the moolah. The continued incursion of free-to-play mechanics into $60 games has rankled the fan base. All in all, it's not great, but I have a hard time railing too much against the concept. Mostly, I feel like we had this.
Because I work for Forbes. Instead of Batman says, because Force be buying all of them for him.
Right.
Like, so I get them for free. I don't really care.
So where I want to start this conversation.
Yeah, where do we want to start?
This is where I want to start. I want to start specifically with Battlefront 2, and I want to start with what I think drove them to this. Where it started. 2 years ago, Battlefront was released. It had a pretty small amount of maps and modes and things like that. That was like a big controversy. No single player stuff like that. But they said that they would be releasing 4 packs, multiplayer map packs, and included 4 maps.
This is in Battlefront 1.
This is Battlefront. New heroes, things like that.
Yeah, well, once that was all done, the game felt like a complete game. But it was an additional $50, making the game cost $110,
and everybody was
basically
super pissed about a season pass, which, you know, I think it's fair.
Boy, have times changed.
Yeah. Jump ahead to E3 this year, and they've had this huge announcement that all maps, all heroes will, that as they update the game for the next 2 years, will be free.
Okay.
Everybody's cheering. Yay! Don't have to worry about dividing the player base and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But then, based on this beta, we learned the cost of that. We learned what it costs. Now,
this is like that, like when you remember like the genie in Aladdin, how he's like, you live like me, and he's like, I'll grant you these wishes, whatever you want, sir. But then like in folklore, it's like, it's the djinn, and it's like, I want to be rich, and then it's like, you're the only person in the universe that has money on Pluto or some shit. Yeah. It's some goofy irony to it that it's like, this isn't what I asked for.
It's an episode of Twilight.
This isn't what I meant.
This is an episode of Twilight Zone for sure.
Yeah, this is the manifestation of that.
Yeah.
All right, go on. I'm gonna let you finish that.
I mean, that's pretty much the history of it. I just want to say
that's clearly what's happening, but I don't fucking get it.
Well, I get it. What?
No, okay. Hold on. Before we continue, can we just say, like, we're not going to be. I refuse to be looking at this from a business point of view because at that point it's always going to be, well, yeah, of course they're going to do that. That makes money. Like, that's not what we're talking about here. Like, whether or not it makes them money. So when I say I don't get it, I mean, like, they just can't fucking help themselves, can they? You know what I mean? Like,
what I don't get is why not, like, you know loot boxes are successful right now, you know they're a thing, do them in your game, that's fine. But don't put a health boost in one of them that makes it to where when I run into you and you have this health boost and defense boost on, that I don't have because I didn't spend the $10, or I could play for 2 hours and grind it out. You and I are like, okay, here's the scenario. You and I get Battlefront 2 the same day, pop it in and install it. We say, okay, 4 o'clock this afternoon, you and I are going to. Right. We pop it in. You're like, give me like 3 minutes. And then you go into the store and you buy a fucking $150 worth of loot boxes. And then you and I play our first match together. And we're on opposing teams. And you fucking destroy me.
Yeah, what is absurd is that, like, you get health boosts. And damage boosts. EXP boosts? I guess. Still shitty.
I think it's a problem depending on what are the rewards for going up.
I think the concept of loot boxes itself is fucking horrendous. No matter what's in them. Because realistically, like, if you're paying for them, if you just want that to be part of your game, then I guess it's like the slot machine in Borderlands, where you just go and you sit there and you press it for a fucking long time.
I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about Borderlands, and they're like, Borderlands 3 is so fucked.
What do you mean?
Borderlands 3 has been Borderlands has been based on finding randomized items in loot chests since the creation.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Now imagine in Borderlands 3 when they figure out that they can monetize those as well.
Ah, dude, you just know they're gonna too.
You know they're gonna. They got to recoup the cost from that. What's that game called that they made? Battleborn.
Yeah, Battleborn.
All right, we'll hit some comments. Apologies for the delay on that, folks. No apologies for that, folks.
I like what Battlefield 1 did. Had a season pass, made it so everyone could play, just not earn XP. I didn't even really do that. That is great. Cool. I bought the fucking thing. Season pass used to give me assurance that the DLC would be good. It's kind of, never know, but Lord Tortilla Boy says again, what I hate is the logic behind the game devs. It's the same foundation as mobile games. You either play for 11 hours to earn progress, or pay $2.99 for a chance to win, boost, and progress. That's... I'll touch on that here in a second. Bad Man says, when playing the beta, the cards will definitely improve your chances of winning. Hopefully that fucking changes, but might be a little late now. Mr. Kurtzin says, the $60 shouldn't have microtransactions that affect gameplay. That is another thing. When you pay full fucking price title, right? Because like it's like they're double dipping. They're using like free to play antics, but with a game you've already fucking paid $60 for. Overwatch did it right with loot crates, just cosmetics.
Yep.
And Mr. Kurtzin says Gearbox is fucked. Yep. There was another Gearbox game at Tank. That was Alien Colonial Marine.
Kurt, so when you say fucking their flagship series, do you mean putting loot boxes in, or do you mean not putting them? Because to me, putting them in is
I would say putting them in.
Because
people like you? Hold on, no, you cannot have two games where like you didn't have any of that shit. Your game's based around like randomization.
What about Forza 7? That's
hold on.
Forza 7. There have been 6 games that didn't do it.
Hold on, and like you're at the pinnacle of like people fucking hating this. You're already Gearbox, so like. After fucking Duke Nukem and Aliens and all that, like, you kind of, in Battleborn, you have a shit reputation. I think that it would be fucking not good for them.
People will rebel against that. I think that you guys are right. What I'm curious is will it be enough? Because what we, the collective...
Well, dude, I'm already, like, Borderlands out, like, after 2. Like,
I mean, I never liked Borderlands. Tales from the Borderlands is
I had a lot of fun with it, but, like...
But the other Borderlands, not for
just
me.
that style of game, like, I'm not really interested in that.
Yeah. But how do we know when people are looking at the stats? Let's say a lot of people are in the same shoes that you're in, where they're just like, I just kind of don't. How can you say that it's because, let's say they sold 1 million less of this than Borderlands 2?
You mean like, will they learn their lesson on like what's
the defining factor? Is it because they made microtransaction loot boxes?
Well, they're gonna have people that do market research that pay for that, who hopefully will be able to tell them correctly.
The question is, the concerning thing, not necessarily the question, the concerning thing is, are the fucking whales. That's like the biggest concerning thing about the whole thing, is that like, even if 1 million people less buy a game because of these types of things and they're voting with my wallet, fuck this process, fuck all this, and then you have the whale who spends, you take the total amount that whales, they more than make up for that 1 million people. Let's say a million people buy a $60 box product, that's $60 million. Let's say they make $80 million in microtransactions.
Look, here's the thing. So when it comes down, and once again, when it comes down to business, you can't fucking argue with it, because it's like, well, yeah, that's how you're gonna, it does suck.
It sucks.
And that's what I've been saying for like a long time, where it's like the whole vote with your wallet thing, like...
It doesn't matter.
There are far too many people playing games now that aren't visiting, aren't watching the news, like, keeping up with this, and getting like, yeah, I remember the fucking days when this didn't happen, fuck this, I'm not gonna do it out of principle. The amount of people that are willing to do that, or that even pay attention...
I will say this.
It's getting so fucking small.
I will say this, and it can be construed as...
And microtransactions almost makes up for that fucking gap, too. Oh, yeah.
It could be construed as me, like, being a fucking business apologist or whatever. But basically, like, they've got to figure something. They've got to figure something out. The thing is what they're currently doing, their current solution is not the one that's the right one. They've got to find a way to make more money. The cost of game development has not gone down, it's only gone up. The amount of time has only gone up. Video games have not increased in price in over a decade. You know, when the CDs came out, they averaged 50. When they converted to DVDs, they went up to 60.
But you do it like Valve does it, where it's like you develop an engine, and you work based on that engine for a couple of years. Even DICE does it that way. Like, let's say like Square Enix, like they build a new engine for every fucking game. But it's just like... You're starting from scratch basically every fucking time. There's ways around it.
Do I think that there are a lot of solutions that you can do to decrease the cost of game development?
That solution's not going to work for fucking every company, sure. But
I do think that they need to find a way to increase their revenue stream.
How about you just increase every game sell by $10? Let's bring it up to $70.
I don't think that's going to go well either.
Well,
but I agree.
You would have to. You would have to have a.
That's actually what I want.
You would have to have a written fucking contract.
In terms
of Loot Crate paid bullshit's fucking leaving. You're not going to fucking nickel and dime us any other way. It'll be the only way that'll be fine. With
I just want them to.
Increase.
I want them to keep trying. I don't want it to end at this fucking Loot Crate thing. I don't want this to be our solution, and it's not going to be long term. The people will continue to speak, and do I think if Borderlands 3 has it? I don't think Borderlands 4 will. Even if the whales make the game an extra $80 million, I don't necessarily think we'll see it in the fourth. Because
there probably won't be a fourth.
Because there are going to be people
they'll probably keep compounding and adding new content to that one permanently to keep those whales invested and keep paying.
Maybe. Honestly, I blame GTA for this shit. GTA makes a retarded amount of billions for microtransactions. Not only that, but they still make millions for releasing GTA 5. Other studios get thirsty seeing that shit. It's true, man. Like,
yep.
Do you remember how many Rockstar games we used to get? You remember the State of Emergency, Manhunt, Bullies of the World, Rockstar
The Warriors?
Tennis? Yeah. You know what the last Rockstar game we got was?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
GTA 5 in 2013.
What happened to Rockstar North?
I don't know. I'm so excited for Red Dead.
Dude, at least they squeezed out a Max Payne before they decided to say fuck all other development except for our franchise, our flagship.
Well, that's because they got Max Payne out before GTA 5.
That's what I mean. Like, thank God they're able to just like squeeze it out real quick. You know what I mean?
Scroll up. Let's hit some comments.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Let's see. I think it will affect Gearbox, but not other devs. No, Gearbox is in a special position right now. Let's see. Gearbox is also working on a PC arena shooter that uses
decks and ability cards, so that will most likely be pay to win.
Dude, what the fuck are they thinking? They're like, all right, guys, what are the two most oversaturated markets? Yet, like, I don't know, but yet like overplayed.
Arena shooters and card games.
All right, now we fucked up by making just an arena shooter.
The hero shooter.
We fucked up by making basically an arena hero shooter, like almost the same thing.
Yeah.
We fucked up by like introducing one in an oversaturated market. Now, what if we took that but added card games into it? What the fuck are they thinking?
I will say this. So Festus and I have been playing, and I would love to get a couple of other you guys, but to play with us if you have PS4s and are willing to download. We've been playing Fortnite Battle Royale pretty much every single night. Like every single night. Like I'm probably going to go home tonight. I'm going home. I'm going to call Festus. Hey man, you got a couple hours? You want to play some Fortnite? I'm going to play some Fortnite Battle Royale. Game is free to play. There are two different modes. We've talked about this before, but there's like the PvP mode, the battle arena, the battle one, and then the other one that's like base building tower defense. Never played that one. That's the one that has microtransactions. The PvP one doesn't have any microtransactions.
Oh, it's coming.
I have enjoyed this game so much.
Enjoy it while you can.
I have enjoyed this game so much that I want to give them money, but I only want to give them money for the PvP mode. Like if they come out with loot boxes or something, I'll buy. I probably put 30 to 50 hours into this game in the last like 2 weeks or so. It's so much fun. People think PUBG's better. That's fine. Never played PUBG. I couldn't tell you. It's free to play. The PvP is free to play. No microtransactions, like I said.
Yet. They are coming.
Probably. I
bet my balls on it.
Well, they gotta get a revenue stream coming in there somewhere for that fucking thing.
No, they don't.
Because they keep pushing updates for it.
Their other one fucking they could easily say like, hey, we're hoping the people that play this will funnel into this because maybe we're sharing the same like sort of development and environment. They don't have to, but they're going to. They're going to get you invested in really loving it, and then they're going to introduce it. PUBG did the same thing.
Yeah, totally get all that.
But if you're plugging the game for now...
But basically, like, yeah, and like I said, even if the game has microtransactions, when the day that they come, I hope that they're just cosmetic. Because that's one of the issues I have with the game, and it's a very small one, is every time you start a new match, you have no idea what your avatar's going to look like.
I don't think microtransactions...
or somebody with
I don't think
black
microtransactions
hair,
necessarily
is
the fucking thing here. I'm fine with, like, going into a game and buying DLC that it's like, 99 cents on Steam. Like, I want that Akuma skin. I'm gonna buy that, right? I'm fine with that. What I don't like is this whole loot box thing where it's like, man, I really want that. There's a 1 in 30 chance, and each one's gonna cost 99 cents, and I'm gonna get a different colored Speedo for Zangief, and be like, fucking rad. Okay, let me try again.
That'd be dope,
and it's going to cost me like fucking
Speedo
8 or 9 times what it would cost me just to look at it and go, yeah, I want that, and buy it. Like,
I almost bought when I picked up Shadow of War, I almost bought the physical version of Fortnite just to, like, give them my money. But, number one, I'd be giving GameStop too much money there. Like, if I want to buy it, I'll just buy the digital version and give them more money. And I'd be buying it for a mode that I don't even play.
Look, I think you plugging their product is for what they want. More so than your money now.
I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you. Because the game is fucking... Like I said, if 2 other people are on PS4 and you want to, like, party up with 4, it's me and Festus. It's been a fucking blast every single night. It's super intense.
Like what you're doing right now is best case scenario for them. Worth more than your money.
It may be. But, personally speaking, I'm a fan of giving developers money.
Sure.
So if I have an opportunity,
but if they're not willing to take it, then
if I have an opportunity to, but right now it's under the pretense that I'm doing it because I want to give them money. It's not under this idea, and it's going to depend on what their microtransactions are when, like you said, the inevitable day comes, where it depends on if it's an addictive hook. If it's cosmetic items, if it's like I can get this fucking Mr. T costume for my dude. I'm totally down if I can just buy the Mr. T costume. If it's like I can open a random chest and I get either camo gear or Mr. T costume.
What makes the distinction between microtransaction and DLC?
Nothing.
So at that point, like you're talking about like DLC, like I can download this skin.
I mean, well, then if there's no difference, why are you taking the time to call this out?
I was gonna say like that's like what I'm. Like, if it's just like I can just buy it, that's what I'm saying. Like. But like the loot box bit, which, and I think microtransactions in general kind of goes to. There's always a bit of like, you don't get to keep what you get. It's either that or
it's consumable.
It's it's that or there's chance involved to where it's like you don't. It's not a 1-for-1 definite purchase.
For sure.
Like, here's what I'm giving you money for. All my receipt that says that I purchased this item, right? This skin, and it's mine, right? You don't get that. I would say, I think, to me, that's the distinction.
HT is going to apply to Epic Games. Nah. As long as I do this, I don't think I'm going to work at any more game developers, publishers.
Let's see. Mr. Carson's going to be 19 soon. Congratulations
Yay!
there, sir.
Dang, I can't believe that. Feels like it was just yesterday that he turned 18.
I feel like we're just still barely scratching the surface of this.
We are. And honestly, I think that we should probably move on pretty soon, but...
I want to revisit this on the topic of is it gambling or not.
Yeah, I just closed that because I don't want to touch on it. ESRB says it's not.
Yeah, who gives a shit what the ESRB says? That's like saying like the telecommunications company.
As a person who...
FCC or all that, like, they don't have some sort of say from like...
This is why I didn't want to get into this, but if you want to fucking get into this, we're going to do it. It's like what we were talking about when we were talking about the whole PewDiePie controversy, about like do they have the rights to pull something down or not? And, like, when you and I were getting into all this discussion, this was an off-air discussion, by the way.
Right. But that was the discussion. That was the discussion of, like, legality. And abusing a currently existing system that's not meant for that.
For sure.
Just to provide context there.
Yeah, but the whole purpose of it is that, like, an entity like ESRB does matter in context of something like this existing because... Well... They can alter the landscape by which these games can be sold.
Yes, but as far as the discussion between you and I, as far as is it gambling, I don't give a shit what the ESRB says. Like,
well, I'm not using that as a basis for why I think that it is gambling or isn't gambling.
Well, that's what I was getting out of the way earlier.
I personally think it's gambling as well. The conversation that you and I have had is here is why someone else said that it wasn't gambling.
So you were playing devil's advocate for the hour that we argued about this last week?
Yes. I was telling you all of the reasons why this group
I understand all those reasons. If I knew that I was speaking to someone who agreed, like, I've heard those arguments.
Dude, I agree with you 99% of the time. You just like to argue.
Well, yeah.
Like, I even brought up, here's what someone else said about it. And I even said in that conversation, I agree with you that it is. But here's what they said.
Now we're getting too we're getting too local.
We are. That's why I didn't want to get into all this.
As far as like when Angry Tomato was here, and remember, he even had to weigh in afterwards because he didn't think that you agreed. But all right, well, if you do agree, then fuck it. I guess it is gambling, and it should be. Should it be illegal? I don't fucking know. Like, I don't think it should be.
So let's say this: if the ESRB does get to a point to where they say it is gambling,
reverse their decision,
then it's going to completely alter the landscape by which all of this stuff is done. It's going to change. It's going to change ratings for games that have these systems in, which means retailers like Amazon, GameStop, all of these places will stop selling these games.
That would be wonderful. Because then we'd stop having them.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have to worry about this bullshit.
It's like the titty games.
But you know, I would be excited to see what sort of shady, manipulative, psychological horseshit they come up with next.
The biggest horror in games is loot chests.
Because it's funny, you never know that's what it is until it's like, it's too late. Because I remember Valve doing Team Fortress 2, like, buy the key for 99 cents, like, years ago, and I was like,
I'll buy this key.
No, I didn't. I was like, who the fuck's gonna... No, fuck
He
no.
bought the key, guys.
I did not.
When Amazon puts GameStop out in 5 years.
But I thought, like, who the fuck's gonna do this shit?
All right, let's move on. How long have we been going for?
You know, 56 minutes.
Cool.
So we're gonna be just a little bit over.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna be
you know, like in the what is it, the movie The Omen, where it's like the little kid gets born, he's the Antichrist, and like some say the Antichrist has already been born. Have you ever watched any of those like corny ass History Channel documentaries that like Nostradamus said this? He predicted fucking everything, including loot crates. But it's like some folks say he's already walking among us, but we just don't know it yet. I feel like that might be the next iteration of this. It already exists somewhere, but we just haven't quite. We're oblivious to it until it's too late.
All right, I got another game for you.
Well, hold on real quick. Let's hit all the comments before we do.
His name is DKP. I feel like I'm closer to being Antichrist.
We'll do some birthday shit for Mr. Kurtz, and we'll play a game of his choice. When Amazon puts GameStop out, I always do want a brick and mortar store. Unless every game's going to be digital.
You want a brick and mortar store?
Well, yeah.
When was the last time you went to a brick and mortar store? When was the last time you went to a store to buy a video game?
I don't remember, but hold on. But there are times like when I'm out, and it's like, you know what? When I had more expendable income, it's like, I'm just going to fucking go by GameStop, walk in there, walk around, and find something find a game.
You probably bought 150 games since the last time.
Sure, but I like that option to be there. What I'm saying is, I don't want all brick and mortar stores to die.
All right. I agree with you. I still like physical. Unless it's my Swedish.
The Antichrist is a Cheeto. Well, apparently I'm the Antichrist. I mean, I thought I'm supposed to like rule Washington and shit. That's how that's like supposedly what the Antichrist is gonna do.
Okay.
Allegedly.
When he sees a tiki torch, it'll awaken.
I mean, that's what happened in the Omen 2 and 3. Remember?
Bye, Canada. I have a lot of games from a source since Black Ops released. Damn. All right. You ready for this game?
Being the blindfold for this?
No.
All right. Then, yeah, I do believe I'm ready. I do declare I'm ready.
Don't look me in the eyes while we play.
Okay.
Okay. So last week we played a game where you had to guess a game based on the enemies in the game.
Yeah, I had a pisser. That was great.
This week, now again, similar to last week, this might completely fall flat on its face, and it might be fucking terrible. Here's the rules. I am going to tell you the name of a game, and I am going to tell you 3 characters from that game. One of those 3 characters I made up.
Oh, okay.
You have to tell me which one I made up.
Is it just names, or do they have like roles in the game?
They're just names is all you have.
Okay.
Now, some of them, I'll go ahead and do the first one first. Condemned.
I just played this last night, actually.
Oh. Well, then this might be really easy.
Maybe.
The 3 characters are Agent Matthews, Agent Dorland, Agent Mallory. Which one of those is fake?
Agent Matthews.
You're correct.
Wow, fucking luck the fuck out.
Yeah. Did you get the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. DCP, don't look at the screen. We want to play.
I mean,
this one's going to go a lot faster than the last one, so it might be tough for you guys, but we'll see.
well, I won't cheat, I promise.
Matthew sounds too generic. That's what I thought about Mallory, too.
Well, I took a chance, but I thought like the woman on the phone that you speak to, her name's Mallory. I think. And I remembered Dorlin.
Some of these, like I said, are probably going to be tough. Some of them are probably easy.
All right.
Next up, the game is Silent Hill.
All right, I'm going to fucking know this one.
Yeah, you definitely will. Leonard Wolf.
All right.
Joseph Wolf.
Joseph Wolf. Get him out of here.
Claudia Wolf.
Fucking Joseph Wolf's fake.
You got it.
Let's get out of here.
Next one.
Leonard Wolf, actually, in the really shitty movie, Part 2, played by Malcolm McDowell.
Oh!
Orange fame.
I love Malcolm McDowell.
And he was horrible.
Next, The Suffering.
Oh, okay.
Howard D. Elroy. Horace P. Gage. Hermes T. Haight. Howard D. Elroy.
Howard D. Elroy's fake.
Yep.
Yes!
How'd you get it?
All right, so
Horace P. Gage, Hermes T. Haight.
Gage, I remembered. Just that.
Yeah.
So I think it's the main character's name is Gage, I think.
I don't.
And Hermes T. Haight, I was like, you know what, that was an older horror game. That sounds like corny enough to have been in there. You know what I mean?
See, that's what I thought about Howard Elroy. You like that name, Howard D?
How is that too corny? The other one's like, this is a game where it's like it's a prison. It's like, I'm Warden Hate. That's literally what that is.
Next game, BioShock.
All right.
Bill Tannerman. Diane McClintock. Anna Culpepper.
Repeat that?
Bill Tannerman. Diane McClintock.
Bill Tannerman.
Anna Culpepper. Which one's fake?
Bill Tannerman's fake.
Correct.
I took a swing in the dark on that one.
Yeah?
I don't know any of those fucking people. Which BioShock did you pull those from?
Just Googled BioShock
the
characters list. Yeah.
Shit. I was expecting like Sander Cohen or, Atlas.
This one I think you'll nail. You've gotten them all right so far.
I know, I'm fucking impressed.
There's only 8 of them, by the way. I was going to do 10, but I got tired of doing this.
All right, fair enough.
Next game is Resident Evil.
Come on, give it here.
President Graham.
All right.
President Binford. President Adams.
Well, I know. Okay, I'm going to do the process of elimination. I know President Graham's real. Because Ashley Graham, right?
Yep.
President's daughter, you say. All right, second one?
President Binford.
And the last one?
President Adams.
If you're making up a name, how would you come up with Binford? But then again, like, that sounds fake as shit. But I didn't know we went through 2 presidents in the series that were mentioned by name.
There were like 6 presidents mentioned.
Binford.
Because one of the options that you select is presidents. Because you can go in any of these wiki pages. It breaks down different types of characters.
Oh yeah, no,
and one of them is like presidents, and there's like the African presidents and stuff like that. Like there's tons of presidents.
Wait a minute. I mean Africa, like
what was mentioned in probably 5.
Okay, so you mean like a?
I'm just saying that's not in context of this game.
No, I know what you mean. Okay.
President Graham, President Binford, President Adams.
I'm gonna go with Binford.
You are wrong.
Fuck!
It's Adams.
Dude, because like that's what I was saying. Because like, who the fuck would make up the name Binford? But I was like,
you should have went with your gut. Hey, Canada got it.
I know.
Man, that was the one I thought you had in the bag. No, don't get me wrong. You're making that like what? How am I supposed to know? But dude, you've done some ridiculous shit.
Sure, but like, I knew Ashley Graham, but
next up, Fatal Frame.
Oh fuck! This is gonna be Japanese names. This is like Okomo Tahoko. Oh fucking okay.
So I don't know if you remember, but in the first game, you play as a brother who is going to find your sister.
Yeah.
Miru Hanasaki.
Jesus Christ.
Miku. Oh, wait, it's Miru Hinasaki. Miku Hinasaki.
You made up one of these?
And Miyu Hinasaki. Miru Hinasaki, Miku Hinasaki, Miyu Hinasaki.
All right, so Hiyasaki is the same on all three.
Hinasaki. Yeah.
All right,
it's the same last name.
Just
and
say,
the first names all
just
start
say
with
the
same
first
letter.
three.
Miru, Miku, Miyu.
Miku is correct, I think. I'm going to go with Miyu.
Is the fake one?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Fuck!
Miru is the fake one.
Oh, Miru.
Miru Hirasaki. It's Miyu and Miku from the game. Okay, next up.
How the fuck?
The Evil Within.
Dude, what was it? God. Oh, yeah, Yakuza, I think I was playing. Or I was like, I was streaming it, so I wasn't paying 100% attention. And it's like some of these names are just extremely Japanese. Where like, if I don't memorize them, like to them, like Hideo's a common name, or I don't know, Mitsubishi or whatever. No, I was not fun. God, why can't I fucking think? I can't think of a single other fucking Japanese. This is insane. Akira, like those names, like those are pretty common. Like how we would hear like Brad or Tommy. But like to me, I have to like memorize them outside of like the really popular ones.
For sure.
This is like that's what I felt like on that. Like how the fuck? You know what I mean?
And those are like most of these. None of these are the main characters.
I know.
And that game, I chose the main characters because I was like, that's
dude.
Nobody's going to
it's
get
fucking
this.
hard enough. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next up, The Evil Within. Mira Castellanos, Sarah Castellanos, Lily Castellanos.
Mira is fake.
Incorrect.
What?
Mira's his wife. Lily's his daughter. Sarah is fucking made up.
I should have taken more time on that. I just played through that not too long ago.
Me too.
All right. So this is the last one?
Last one, Dead Space.
Okay.
Dr. Terrence Kine. Dr. Chalice Mercer. Dr. Gabriel Weldon. Dr. Terrence Kine. Dr. Chalice Mercer. Dr. Gabriel Weldon.
All right, if you're going to come up with a name, you wouldn't fucking come up with the name Chalice. Or you would. I don't know. Maybe you threw that in there to swerve me. But
if you get this wrong, you only got 50% of them right.
I'm going to assume not. All right, so Chalice is out. I can't look at you. I see. So what are the other two?
Terrence Kine, Gabriel Weldon.
Gabriel Weldon. Fake.
You are correct.
Ooh.
Good job.
All right. It's a passing college score.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dude, I thought you did well.
60%?
Out of 8, no, you got 66%.
Hey, I can live with that.
Yeah, I think that's about 67 is probably an accurate number.
I think it's like you drop the lowest grade or whatever. I think you should go ahead and drop the Fatal Frame one. Fuck you. That was fun though. I like that.
Cool. I don't know if I'll come up with any more games, but if I do, I'll throw them at you.
What up, Mr. Cartoon? He kid as Dr. Spock. I mean,
what a great fucking game. Thank you. What are some games you enjoy on Steam?
Witcher 3.
What have I played on Steam? I don't fucking know. I played Marble Mountain.
The answer should be like, what games do you enjoy on PC?
That are PC exclusives?
Pretty much
most Steam games. Most games that are on Steam. Most Steam games I played on PlayStation 4.
You know John Stamos?
I do know John Stamos.
Get it?
Yeah, where he steamed on your face, you fucking bitch.
Oh, dude, we haven't even gotten to this yet. Yep. Fuck.
All right, you ready to rank the Resident Evil games?
Oh, no.
All right, there's a couple of caveats. Number one, like Resident Evil Director's Cut, and Resident Evil Remake, that's going to be one thing.
I'm fucking ready for this. I would have sped some other shit up if I knew we still had this. But
all right. Then you want to talk about the ESRB gambling. Just going over Prom Planet. I did what you said, DKP. Worked.
You're going to have to elaborate on that.
Does that mean he got a good time?
All right. Some of the suggestions I gave were like really, really good.
Wait,
some of them
does
were.
This involve a lady?
No. He's like heading up his high school prom and they're doing a 90s theme.
Oh, dope. Why would he pick you? You were barely alive in the 90s.
Dude, I'm cultured. You should have joined last night. All right, go over the rules.
What are you doing? Well, go. Go. Okay, so I don't know how many games this is, but it's a fucking lot of them. Actually, we'll start by going over the list. Here's the list of games that will be ranked, and I may delete them out as I read them. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, Resident Evil Survivor, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil Gaiden. The jury's out on that one because I don't know if DKP's played it. Resident Evil Survivor 2, Code Veronica. So yeah, if neither here I have played it, we're taking them. Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil Dead Aim, Outbreak, Outbreak File 2, Resident Evil 4, Umbrella Chronicles, Resident Evil 5, Darkside Chronicles, Mercenaries vs. Mercenaries 3D, Revelations, Operation Raccoon City, Resident Evil 6, Revelations 2, Umbrella Corps, Resident Evil 7. Need some Ecto Cooler for the prom. That's 90s fam. 80s fam. If you're going for the Ecto Cooler. Get some, I was about to say Capri Sun, but Capri Sun's still popular. Get some Surge.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
How about Jolt?
Yeah, you get some Jolt. Did you play Resident Evil Survivor?
I did, yeah.
Did you play Gaiden?
No. Didn't play Gaiden. I heard your list. I did not play Gaiden. I never played, I think it's Darkside Chronicles?
Okay.
Played Umbrella Chronicles. That's the on-rail shooter, is that right?
Yeah, so is Darkside Chronicles.
Okay, well, I played one of those. I'm pretty sure it was Umbrella Chronicles.
You played Dead Aim? Oh wait, Dead Aim was the shooter as well.
Yeah, but I thought that one was like arcade, though.
I don't fucking know.
I never played that one.
We're deleting it.
We only need one shooter in this one. That one's going to go to Survivor. Which
We need all of them, but we only need the ones we play.
I know, but
if we haven't played it, we can't definitively say.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Dead Aim may be the best Resident Evil game of all time.
No, it's not.
Don't you definitively say one way or another.
I fucking...
Don't you do it.
You know what? You know what? You're right. I can't. Not definitive. Hey, man, you want some grapes?
No, I'm good. I'm good on some grapes. Mercenaries versus. Did you play that? There's Mercenaries versus the Mercenaries.
No, neither did you. Because
neither did you.
I know you did. Who the fuck actually was like, oh, I want to spend a full retail price on the mini mode that you unlock after beating number 4?
Not this guy. So sad that I have to wait fucking 4 hours, so it's 4 a.m. In the morning every time. Hi, Neelix.
Holy shit. What
Major with Cam. Yeah.
Time zone you
Dude,
in?
Have you seen Neelix before?
Uh-uh.
He is a sexy man.
Yeah?
His girlfriend also. I don't mean this offensively. Gorgeous.
Yeah, he does.
No. I mean in a very polite and positive way. My wife agrees. We'll just put it that way.
Okay. Well, you have to tell me.
We were talking about like,
tell me who he is after the stream.
Well, he's Swedish. Do you remember that? Because I didn't remember that either. And he was like, "We've been over this." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't." But I was like, "Is it true that everybody who lives in Sweden is super hot?" And he like sent me a picture of his girlfriend and him, and I was like, "Damn, it is true."
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, derailing us even further.
I mean, that diet of meatballs and chocolates. Maybe that's what Ricola.
Ricola.
You know, when they go up on top of that big hill.
Ricola. Should I link us?
Blow that dumbass like horn.
If he throws the links.
Oh, Sonasan. Okay, yeah, sure. What do you mean? Should you link?
Well, he sent pictures. What the fuck, DKP? All right.
I mean, when you build furniture for a living, your physique's got to be good too. I don't know. Anyways, I think we could probably move on. I didn't know that you were the same person as Sonasan.
Son, fam.
All right, so we have a list of like 13. It looks like something.
I don't even know. It's
but okay.
A lot. Okay.
First off, let's start with number 1 spot.
Do we want to start at number 1? I mean, I guess it's probably the easiest.
I fucking certainly think we should.
Resident Evil Remake.
Agreed.
Okay.
See, told you. First couple spots, I think
said the first one's going to be easy. After that, it's not.
Second spot,
Resident Evil
2.
7. See, it's not.
Resident Evil 2. Easy.
I can't.
Well, how do we settle this?
I'll allow Resident Evil 2 to be 3.
Wait, you'll allow it to be 3?
Yeah.
No, because Resident Evil 3 is 3.
Let me ask you this. What is your favorite Resident Evil game?
Remake.
Do you know what mine is?
What?
I've told you this recently.
7?
Yeah. So why would I allow my favorite Resident Evil game to get pushed to 3rd, so your favorite 2...
So we're talking about what's the best. No. Not what's our favorite.
No, this is the Chainsaw list.
I'm doing both. It's objectively the best. And since I have the right opinions, it's kind of both.
I'm giving you Resident Evil. Give me Resident Evil 7 as number 2.
We're gonna be bargaining for this? Alright.
Unless you want to go back to the drawing board on part 1, and we can sit there and argue about it.
I'm prepared to do that.
What a handsome fellow.
Yeah.
Bringing it back up.
Alright, so we got remake, then RE7. Fine. That fucking kills me. I love 7, but like RE2 is such a fucking masterpiece. Alright, so RE2 is 3. Okay. Which I do think is fair, because
it's probably going to get our Game of the Year this year.
We both really liked 7.
7 is incredible.
Now, my Game of the Year this year is Witcher 3.
All right, what's next?
Next, I'm going to say RE3.
I'm about to complete it.
I think that's also where we're gonna get off in the weeds. Because I have a feeling you're going to say RE4.
I do think it's RE4, yes.
Fucking knew it. Okay.
I think my favorites, my personal favorites, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 4. That's my top.
Personal favorites are Remake 2, 3, then 7, then 4. So this is a bit of a problem.
It is.
Should we go by community vote? You're probably going to win on this one, by the way.
Am I? Okay, Resident Evil 2,
so.
3 or Resident Evil 4? Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil 4?
Because here's the thing, like, 4...
Which should go high?
4 is
Whichever
really,
one goes above, the other one can go
I guess it goes to, like, how much of a Resident Evil purist are you?
What does that mean? If you like the original trilogy?
I mean, like, from
purist.
From what the game was originally played, like, for the first, like, 4 games.
3 games?
I'd say 5, actually. Up until, like, up until, like, 0. And Code Veronica. Like, but then when it switched to, like, the more over-the-shoulder, like, I would say that's the newer Resident Evils rather than, like, the old school whatever, right? It depends on, like, just what your preference is. Personally, tank controls, appearing backgrounds, are my fucking jam. It's my favorite shit ever. But...
It's rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, because we got a tie right now. Alright, you just want to do that?
It's 1, 2, 3,
Fuck
shoot.
It.
Best of 3, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
No, we do best of 1 here.
Okay.
What's the point of 3? It's the same
I don't know, because it makes it more entertaining if there's a tie.
Alright,
but
fine.
whatever. We can do best of 1.
We'll do
1, 2,
3.
3, shoot. Don't look at my hands. Stop looking at my hands.
What the fuck
Look me in the eyes. Look me in the motherfucking eyes.
I already know which ones I'm gonna go with.
Then don't look at my hands. Stop looking at my hands.
I've never had some. Alright, I'll look over here. Fuck. You ready?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Alright.
I thought you wanted to do best of 1.
I thought we were doing 3.
We are.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You won. Alright, so it goes.
Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 3.
By the way, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Somehow we're not hearing that through the TV when it happens.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so can we at least say, right, that it goes Remake, 7, 2, 4, then Nemesis?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm putting.
Alright.
Yeah.
After that...
It wasn't necessarily a question.
It was just which one was which. Huh?
I'm not saying that Nemesis is bad. I'm just saying 4 is better.
Okay. After that, I'm gonna go with this is gonna be a hot take. Resident Evil 0. Ultimate Cartoon says Code Veronica's best, but like I gotta say, like when they ditched the pure into backgrounds, they fucked up, man. 0 looked great. Played great.
Great Graham play.
Great Graham play, great Graham fix.
I'm deleting Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Alright, good night, Mr. Cartoon.
Did you play Umbrella Corps? Can we keep it on the list just to put it at the bottom?
I fucking hated it.
Can we keep it on the list just to put it at the
absolutely.
bottom?
Neelix says Outbreak was awesome, but sad that it was a...
Part 1 and 2, but you can play 2 players. You are correct. And
I actually play up to, I think, 4 players.
I actually want Outbreak 1 to be in the top 10.
Are we doing Outbreak 2?
I think we should. I played it, but I never.
How about we just combine them when we say Resident Evil Outbreak?
I'm fine with it.
Because I've played both, but I don't remember either one like enough to say like which one's better. You know. Okay.
Okay. What's next? We have Survivor Code Veronica. Survivor 2 Code Veronica. Did you play that?
Which one?
Survivor 2 Code Veronica?
No. The hell is that?
I don't know. I'm deleting.
It's like a shitty first-person Code Veronica?
You said 0.
That's my go-to for next. It's between 0...
Okay.
You know what?
I think it's 5.
You know what? I'm going to go with 5, actually.
All right, cool.
Because and there's
I was about to submit...
There's an asterisk there.